Nobody's actually saying Obama's innocent. Not the Democrats, not the media. They're just repeating the same old phrase. He has immunity. Immunity from what, though? If he didn't do anything wrong, why are your defenders suddenly quiet or shifting the goalposts? Now, the same people who spent years pointing fingers are being caught in their own contradictions. Even Obama's former attorney, Eric Holder, is sounding alarms, but not for reasons you think. Let's walk through the facts. No hype, no headlines, just the inconvenient truth.
Y'all motherfuckers know Obama wrong, and this how I know y'all motherfuckers know Obama wrong. Why ain't nobody on the news outlet saying that Obama is innocent? Why ain't none of the Democrats on the news outlet saying Obama is innocent? I ain't seen not one Democrat say Obama's not guilty of the shit that they accusing him of. I ain't seen none of that bullshit. Want me to tell you what the fuck I see Democrats saying? I see you motherfuckers saying he got immunity. The fact that y'all saying this man got immunity, that let me know he did the bullshit, and that let me know y'all know he did it, and that let me know the only thing y'all can say is he got immunity. That means it don't matter. It don't even matter if y'all know he did it because he got immunity. That's the craziest shit in the world. Y'all know the motherfucker wrong. Y'all see this is one thing about it. Conservatives. Even when we feel like Trump wrong about that Epstein shit, we call his ass out about that bullshit.
We sure
we
do.
Call his ass out. Even if we don't know the whole chess move, we don't know it, but we calling his ass out until we get some motherfucking answers. Y'all ain't even calling Obama out. Y'all sovereign leader. Y'all ain't even calling Obama out. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all just saying he got fucking immunity. That let me know y'all know that bastard is goddamn guilty of the shit that he getting accused of. That let me know he goddamn like, but I don't even want to say the T word.
Come on now.
I don't even want to say the T word that around with ant. I don't want to say it, but y'all know he fucking wrong. Y'all need to hold this motherfucker accountable. But y'all say conservatives is cult behavior. Now y'all bitches got cult behavior because y'all won't hold y'all own accountable. We holding motherfucking Trump accountable, and we steady gonna keep talking about that motherfucking Epstein list until we see it or until we know the motherfucking the damn chess move that you trying to portray. But y'all need to call Obama ass out. Mr. and Mr. Obama need to have their ass called out, especially Obama Sr. for the bullshit that he done did. Call him out. Call him out. Stop talking about some fucking immunity. Nah, we don't want to hear that bullshit.
Yeah, this isn't about party lines, man. It's about the silence. Think about it. If this were Trump, the media would be demanding statements of innocence, showing documents, and holding press conferences. Y'all know how this would go. But with Obama, it's just one blanket defense. He can't be touched. Not he didn't do it. None of those. Nobody's actually denouncing the crime. Just you can't charge him. It's not a defense. That's a diversion. And now we know why. Because someone was targeted. And we've been watching the aftermath ever since.
What they've done is so bad for this country. And it really started right at the 2016 election. And there's a difference when you know it and when you know it and it's all written down for you. I mean, it's all there. It's right there. The orders, the memos, the whole thing is right there.
Were you surprised when you saw it all laid out?
I would have thought they maybe would have thrown it out. I don't know. They handed it. They say, put this in highly classified. It was in highly classified, in areas that normally you wouldn't get to, but I guess when you put it in there, it's a file, right? And they got to it, and it's unbelievable. When you read it, it's unbelievable. A real hoax, it's a real hoax. If they would devote their time to winning elections, or if they devote their time to greatness, making America great again, it would be because there's a certain genius to it, but it's also sick.
Yes.
I mean, they're sick. And you look at Hillary Clinton, you look at all of the terrible things with the Steele dossier, and you know it better. Nobody's covered it better than you, to be honest with you. I mean, you're sitting here so innocently talking to me like, I said, it's wonderful. You know the story better than I do. But it's incredible. It's all there now. It's in writing. And Tulsi's done a great job. There were some people that really wanted Tulsi. They thought she was going to do a fantastic job. And when you look, a lot of people would not have found it. They wouldn't have found it to be politically correct to find it. Okay. It would be easier not to.
And she's tough.
And she's tough and she's smart. And she did. She went deep into the files and she found it. Mm. And, what it says is just terrible. And look, this was, an attempted coup. Mm. It was a failed coup. I mean, here we are, him talking as president of the United States. So you almost say, how did it happen?
You don't have to like Trump to admit what happened. There were investigations, surveillance, leaks. Much of it turned out to be built on shaky ground. Whether you support him or not, the point is this. No American citizen, let alone a president, should be targeted by government agencies for political reasons. If they can do it to him, they can do it to anyone. And now that the documents are declassified, people are starting to see it for what it was. At least when the Democrats had it, more of a narrative and not an investigation. And what makes it worse, even the outlets built to expose corruption couldn't find anything on Trump. But there was plenty on the other side.
I got to ask you about the U.S. election. As you point out, you're not an American citizen. You're an Australian. You know, you're clearly not rooting for Hillary. But are you rooting for Trump?
No. I mean, if we have good information on Trump, we publish that. If we have good information on Hillary, the Democrats, we publish that. It is a bit concerning, the allegations that by the Clinton campaign that everyone is a Russian agent are really disturbing. Why is that? Well, because bizarrely, Hillary Clinton, the Democrat, has positioned herself now to be the security candidate. She's powered up with the neocons responsible for the Iraq War. And she's grabbed on to this kind of neo-McCarthyist hysteria about Russia and is using that to demonize the Trump campaign. The Trump campaign has all sorts of things wrong with it. But as far as we can see, being Russian agents is not one of them. Some people have asked us, when will you release information on Donald Trump? And of course, we are very interested in all countries to reveal the truth about different candidates so people can understand. But it's really hard for us to release anything worse than what comes out of Donald Trump's mouth every second day. I mean, it's part of his charismatic appeal that he speaks off the cuff.
Ooh, good music, boy. Call me. Anywho, I'll read the caption that came along with this post just to provide more context. C3 posted, well. The Tom Julian Julian A tells the world he will absolutely publish any dirt on Trump, but there is no dirt on Trump. Just like Obama's spying operation on Trump found no dirt, so they had to create it. You know, that line matters. Julian isn't a fan of Trump. He's not here to protect him, but facts are facts. And they never received anything substantial. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton and the DNC, different story. Ooh, y'all know we allergic to the BS. There you go. We just talking about some BS. So ask yourself, excuse me, if nothing came through the front door, why did the Obama administration feel the need to go around the back with surveillance and unverified dossiers? And yet, when the media covers all this, they pretend none of it matters. Or worse, they mislead people about what the law actually says.
See what Whoopi Goldberg had to say about the current allegations against former President Barack Obama. You know, I'm getting about sick and tired of these old hens on The View, always leading with oppression and victimization and woe is me while sitting down in their $1 million homes. Girl, bye. But let's listen to what the old hen had to say.
A sitting president just accused a former president of treason. Now, do people realize how serious an allegation this is? And for me, didn't the Supreme Court, under the guidance of this president, say that presidents have immunity? So that would mean that nothing Obama did, because you didn't say no, that only you have immunity. You said presidents. So this means you have no right to try to take him to court because he did what he did as president. So how does that work? Is it only you who is clear, or are they all clear? In which case,
Me and you will never part, my dear sister. Oh, y'all back? Oh, silly. That's not what the Supreme Court said. And your audience is so indoctrinated and in a trance, they'll clap at a fish that could swim. They just happen to be there amongst the stars, no matter how fallen the stars are. That part, catch it. What the Supreme Court said was this, Whoopi, and I am going to park to say it. So, Whoopi, let me help you out. Since facts seem to get lost in the view's echo chamber for some reason, the Supreme Court did not say a president could do whatever he wants, la 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 la, and walk away free. That's not what they said, Whoopi. What they did say is this, that a president is immune from prosecution when he is performing his official duties as a president of the United States of America. Not this private nonsense, like signing a bill, immune. Firing somebody in the executive branch, immune. Replacing an ambassador with another one for the United States, immune. Vetoing legislation he disagrees with, immune. Issuing pardons, even controversial ones, immune. Speaking with foreign leaders, negotiating treaties, immune. Invoking laws such as the Enemies Alien Act, immune. No matter how zombie Jasmine Crockett thinks it is, still immune. What is this sitting president or past president not immune from, Whoopi? They're not immune from staging a coup. They're not immune from breaking laws to stay in power. They're not immune from shaking people down on the side. Not immune from using the liberal media to indoctrinate the people with lies. Knowing that it's lies and pushing it out into the cyber atmosphere anyway. Not immune from trying to prosecute people with lies. They're not immune from tampering with evidence. And they are definitely not immune from treason against the American people. Trying to overthrow, allegedly, a 2016 election, quote-unquote lies that would have taken the power away from the people who duly elected a president. Now, did that happen? Was the power taken away? No. But if it was attempted and they have facts to prove it, like receipts and stuff, they're not immune from that. The American people have a right to see and hear the truth, for we have been lied to enough, especially by y'all on that View. We sick of y'all. Joy Reid is like Betty White from the Golden Girls. Rose Nyland. In St. Olaf, Minnesota. And Nellie from The Color Purple must still be teaching Celie how to read Whoopi Goldberg because you sure missed the immunity thing by the Supreme Court, honey. Over your head. Then got the audacity to talk about it. Indoctrinating the people that's listening. And the audience already gone. Whatever you say, whatever you like. That part. And Sonny always preaching oppression and victimization, and her family owned slaves.
Yeah.
With her entitled behind. Y'all didn't know that? Oh, yeah. When the slave trade and all that stuff, when slavery got outlawed in Spain, Sonny family moved from Spain because they wanted to keep their slaves. She cried on national TV about it. Girl, bye. That's what it means, Whoopi. Glad to be of service to you. Somebody please cancel the View. Please cancel the View. I'm sick of View.
Now, the View isn't just bad commentary. It's dangerous. The court ruled on official acts, not private crimes or acts of treason. No. But that didn't stop Whoopi and the View from turning the ruling into a blanket pardon for their favorite president, rather. And what's worse, the audience claps no matter what. No one questions the narrative, even when it's flat out wrong. The media is supposed to clarify, not confuse. And now the guy who stood beside Obama for years, his so-called wingman, just said something that changes everything.
Into the workings of his mind. That's a place I simply don't want to be. But I think we should put a pin in that. And let's see, okay, when we finally get to what they will call the resolution of this matter, has the matter been resolved in a way that's consistent with what he is saying, which sounds kind of like a neutral way in which they are looking at these matters. And we'll see if, in fact, they did that. We'll see what the results are. This notion in that statement that we're not politicizing things, it runs headlong into these bothersome things called the facts. Mm-hmm. This administration has used the Justice Department, has used the power, the investigatory power of the Justice Department to target political opponents of the president. I mean, you've seen Donald Trump talk about a whole range of things, most ridiculous, to talk about the possibility of indicting, prosecuting for treason Barack Obama. I mean, these are dangerous kinds of things that this president is talking about. And I'm really concerned that this Justice Department, under Bondi, under Patel, will do things that are inconsistent with the traditions of the department and put at risk the lives and well-being of many people in this country who are, for whatever reason, politically opposed to or take political positions that are inconsistent with the desires of this president.
Okay, I'll read the first comment. Is this the dude that got the Border Patrol agent killed running guns to the cartel? Western Lensman said that's the guy. Just learned that right now. Gonna let that settle for a second. Eric Holder, a man who served under Obama, is now warning that the DOJ is being politicized. Which is ironic, right? Considering the accusations during his own time in office. IRS targeting conservatives, Fast and Furious, the surveillance of reporters and campaign associates. He didn't seem to be too concerned back then, but now that the rules may apply the other way, suddenly it's a problem. Maybe it's always been a problem. We just weren't allowed to talk about it. The law does not care who you voted for. Or at least it shouldn't. If you're going to talk about accountability, it has to be for everyone. Obama's defenders say he has immunity. But they never say he's innocent. And that's the part that I see nobody wants to answer for.
The president today praised the New York Times for a front page story, as he notes, that there was an undercover FBI investigator who met with a Trump campaign official, George Papadopoulos. The president views this as spying. The attorney general says this is being looked at. Do you think the Justice Department Inspector General will find anything inappropriate on the part of the FBI or the U.S. intelligence community as far as this is concerned?
Well, I don't know, but I will say that using undercover agents is a standard and legitimate technique that is widely used in investigations. That technique has been used to thwart a lot of counterterrorism plots in this country. So I'm sure, there are protocols and standards for using an agent, and I'm sure that's the case here.
So you're saying this was not done lightly?
Well, no, it's never done lightly.
Was it spying?
Well, I guess it meets the dictionary definition of spy. If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set on a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that.